15-year-old Mathew Borges of Lawrence, charged with murdering
the horrific pain that he went through.
It is so frustrating.
Located along the banks of the Merrimack River last Thursday. Nearly 2 weeks brings justice.
It won't bring my son back at all, so I don't even like that word.
Gotta break your heart.
It does. It's heartbreaking, and in generations, I don't recall anything like this ever happening in the city of Lawrence.
Mathew Borges telling police about the last day he saw Lee Paulino alive.
Yeah, I was with him the other day, and I was like, "Why? What happened?" She said, "He's missing." I was like, "Wow."
Prosecutors say Borges killed Lee Paulino out of jealousy, then beheaded him. This morning, a friend of Borges testified that the defendant confessed.
He told me that he killed Lee and
During the police interview on November 29, 2016, before the mutilated.
Prosecutors say the defendants had an ongoing dispute with the victim's older brother, but it was ultimately the 16-year-old that died. The defense says there is not sufficient evidence to point the finger at Vasquez and Colon.
He didn't do anything, was not involved in any murder. He's a victim. He got shot at.
The defense arguing both be given $25,000 bail, citing their
is one of only a very small few that had this level and this type of impact on the community.
Both defendants will reappear in court on August 18th. We're live in Brockton. Danae Bucci, WCVB News Center 5.
114 stab wounds, 49 defensive wounds, 35 wounds to the head and neck, 29 to the back and shoulder, and 6 fatal wounds. This court has lungs. He lured her into. That required told his girlfriend that he was going to do this. That clearly shows that he had been planning it. He attempted to cover it up by disposing of the murder weapon and throwing it into a lake. He then purpose. It was done for no other reason than to satisfy this defendant's internal desire. Mr. Fucci, having entered a plea of guilty to the crime of first-degree murder, I adjudicate you guilty of the premeditated first costs. Mr. Fucci, you have 30 days to appeal the legality of this court's sentence. If you wish to appeal but cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed.
Differently, and try to understand why someone would plan to commit such a horrible crime to such an amazing person. With Lee, and there's no more happy home projects if we cannot include him. And the town serves to help him find remorse and repentance in his life.
That appears to set him off, and then he makes a run for it. Unbelievable video. Now, that initial attack video went viral. The judge involved went back to work. Now,
through some details and look at some disturbing photos. The family of Lee Viloria-Paulino sits in the front.
Booking photo, he told correction officers he'd, quote, had a bad day, and that the judge had it out for him. Redden facing numerous charges in connection with that attack.
Went left instead of right and started sniffing at the riverbank.
As I approached, I got closer. I saw her really sniffing at a particular area.
And no one will ever love you.
But the prosecution argued successfully again.
All right.